The Seahawks beat the Eagles 20-17. The Seahawks were 4-12 on third downs entering the final drive. They trailed all game, but with two fill-in starters, they came in when they needed to. Two interceptions by Julian Love, a 92-yard game-winning drive by backup Drew Lock, capped off by JSN, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Jigba.
Jigba.
His second game-winning touchdown scored the season. Jalen Hurts was 17 of 31, 143, no 34. Touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Ocho, let me start this off.
Yes, sir.
In a situation like this, you know the number one thing we say, nothing cheap, nothing deep. Nothing cheap, nothing deep.
Yes,
Bradbury, you got one responsibility. God dang it, you had just got beat up the rail by DK. So that you didn't learn your lesson on that one. I'm going to press again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to show you. And now you give up a game-winning touchdown. They need the only way you lose that game, Ocho, a touchdown. A field goal does them no good. Why are you up there trying to press?
But I think. Okay, before you finish, I'm gonna let you finish.
Go ahead.
In Bradbury's case, I think Bradbury is a little bit more comfortable in situational football like that, or maybe just in general, being up and pressing and being able to get hands on the receiver and trying to find leverage that way. Okay, that it just so happened in this instance it didn't work out in his favor. But go ahead and finish your point.
Ocho, do you realize that you have a lead? The only way you lose that game if you get up a touchdown.
You got a touchdown. Ocho, you're right.
You can't say because I'm more comfortable what is in the best interest of the team. At that point in time, you throw what is most comfortable for you out of the window. Second of all, why are you playing single high?
I'm glad you said that. Because obviously the defensive coordinator made a certain call. The defensive coordinator made a call based on the situation and what he felt the players he had out there were most comfortable in, and that would be single high and Bradbury. Excuse me. Let me slow down because I'm talking too damn fast. And Bradbury playing bump and run, which is why they were in single high, because he trusted them. Because if he felt there was a weakness, if he felt there was a weakness in that certain coverage, then he wouldn't have a minute. You got beat at the most unopportune time.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And the thing is that Slaves on the other side, they're picking on you. What does that tell you? If a team was willing to go at supposedly your best corner, now your other corner, your Pro Bowl, all pro corner, he's out. And they say, you know what? We don't care. We don't want the guy on the other side that's filling in. We don't want the backup.
Right.
What does that say about you, Ocho? Let that sink out.
Right.
I want people at home that's hearing me. I'm gonna do like you, Ocho. I'm gonna slow down.
Yeah.
They didn't pick on the guy that replaced Darius Slay. They went and picked on the guy that supposedly is their best corner. You have one job, nothing cheap, nothing deep.
Nothing deep. Yes, sir.
You gave up DK up the rail. Okay, you gave that up. You said, well, damn, maybe I should back off on this situation.
Hey, that was a good catch now.
That was a hell of a catch.
That was a hell of a catch.
That was a hell of a catch.
Yeah.
Nothing cheap, nothing deep. So in other words, nothing should be behind you, right?
Yeah. So especially in that situation.
Thank you, Ocho. This is not the first quarter. There's less than a minute in the ball game. The only way you lose this game is if you give up a touchdown.
Right.
It does them no good to try and get in field goal range. They need 7 in order to beat you. And you give that up.
Yeah. So do you put the onus of this loss on the defensive coordinator? Or just strictly Bradbury? Because obviously there's a play call that comes in. The linebacker sets the call, makes the call for the defense, and they just line up and execute what is called from the defensive coordinator sitting up in the sky.
Ocho.
So who you put it on?
You remember I've been telling y'all, I said, Ocho, that secondary can be had. How long have I been telling you that secondary can be had? How many times have I told you I watched Sam Howell throw for 394 and 4 touchdowns? I watched Dak Prescott light their ass up. I watched Brock Purdy light their ass up. Everybody has lit them up. So what does the defensive coordinator know that I don't?
Right.
He's right there. He's taking it up on tape. They're terrible on the back end.
Yeah.
And now you're one of your best guys. He's out. And you still want to, even when you're at full strength, your secondary is getting toasted. And so you mean to tell me with a couple of guys out, you're willing to play that same coverage? Look, I don't know, Dre, but when I watch Bradbury, I've never been impressed with his cover skills. I don't look at him as I don't look at him as a Ram, Jalen Ramsey. I don't look at him as I don't look at him as those guys. I think he opens the gate too much. I don't think he's nearly physical enough. He's up in press coverage, but he ain't putting hands on people. I mean, in this situation, you cannot give that up.
Right.
But I mean, and another thing,
I don't want to make no excuses for him. I don't want to make no excuses for him because we saw what happened. Again, playing defense, playing corner, which I think, and I've said it multiple times, I think playing defensive back is the most difficult position on the field outside of playing the quarterback position. And in an unfortunate, opportune time, you give up a TD when it mattered most to get a goddamn stop.
Yes.
With a minute left to go on the goddamn clock. If I was Bradbury and I was a little uncomfortable and it was a little unsettling for me to be in bump and run in that setting, you know what? I would have walked my ass right on off and played at 7.
Yes.
Read my keys,
yes.
read the 3-step, and then get my ass back on the receiver. And then if he's going deep, then you already in position to make a play on the ball.
Right.
But then you got to worry about getting chewed out for not following the instructions of the goddamn defensive coordinator and the defensive play that he did call.
And then they put the other guy on him. They said, "Nah, DK, go on over there. You done had your full of him. Hey, JSN, you take him." I mean,
don't say it like that. No,
but I'm just being honest. Right. I mean, and I've been in situations where I've had coaches to tell us, you make sure the starter doesn't get hurt because his backup is better than he is. So what we would do, that Joe get around the pile, Ocho, we put him on. Well, I don't want you to get rolled up because the guy that's backing you up, he gonna tear my ass up when he come here. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get you for 4 quarters. I ain't dealing with that joke that's on the sideline. So for them to bring for DK beating him, that's no problem. DK is a Pro Bowl wide receiver. He's a veteran wide receiver, a big body guy. And here, why the hell are you trying to press DK? You know he wants to play through contact anyway.
Yeah, you're right. But another thing, again, in the case of Bradbury, bigger receivers struggle when you can attack them at the line first. You get a little bit of an advantage if they can't get off. If they can't get their hands off you, then you can win. You can win that battle. A bigger target. Slow them down a little bit and maybe get a little advantage. It didn't work in that case. On the slant. It didn't work with the PI. It didn't work, and it didn't work on the deep ball.
Ocho, that's good if you technically sound like a long-armed Revis.
Yes.
Revis was technically sound. Revis was never going for the first move.
Oh,
he
no.
Wasn't biting on all that you dancing. Revis said you ain't left the line of scrimmage.
And this is the thing about Revis. That 2009 season was so special, and I don't think people understand how special it was. I always talk about. That's one of the first things I talk about when I talk about Revis. Listen, you know Sally Mae. You know how many people owe Sally Mae?
Yeah.
You know how patient Sally Mae has to be because she ain't never getting the motherfucking loans back. Ain't nobody paying them shits. That's the kind of patience Revis had.
Yeah,
that's the part. There's only one player. There's only one player I've ever seen in the history of Revis' career that I've ever seen actually get him, and that was the great Stevie Johnson.
Well, you got to be quick, fast twitch. A big receiver, he gonna eat him up.
Oh, every time.
He gonna eat him up.
Every time. This man was so motherfucking strong. Oh shit, I cursed. My bad. God forgive me. He was so strong, and he had an arm bar. Arm bar. His ball skills was elite.
Yeah.
Everything about him was elite. It was great. So think the chance of us seeing anything like that again, it's gonna be a long time coming. It's gonna be a very long time coming.
He was great at riding you to the sideline. He gonna bar you, and then all of a sudden he gonna look out, but he's gonna be riding. He gonna be riding you to the sideline. The next thing you know, you out of bounds.
He gonna play that ball now.
Yeah,
he had elite ball skills. He was elite in bump and run. It just everything, pure quality. That 2009 season was special. That'll never, ever be replicated or duplicated.
And let's go to the other side. Jalen Hurts. I'm a firm believer. Now, I've been telling y'all they turning the ball. But Shannon, they winning. You a hater. I say, remember, Ocho, what's my favorite saying? You never accept anything in a win, you wouldn't have lost. Okay,
yes, sir.
If you didn't have problems when they was winning, you shouldn't have problems with the turnovers right now. But you do. And when I was trying to explain to you, there are things that I see in Jalen Hurts. He's turning the ball over more than we've ever seen. But we're winning. We're this and that. You didn't want to hear what I got to say. But guess what? I bet I got your undivided attention now, don't I? I got your Philly fans. I got your full and undivided attention. I bet I do now, don't I? Oh, what you know, loud mouth, what you know. I know more than you think. I don't know everything. I know a little bit about everything, though. And I know there are certain things, and what I try to do is that I point things out. So when it happens, that you're not surprised. You're not surprised by it. Jalen Hurts was turning the ball. Now, I'm not saying that he's not injured, but he doesn't look the same to me, and he hadn't looked the same since he injured that leg. But the ball, he's turning it over, interceptions. He's fumbling the football. That's increased. Now, when that increases, your probability of winning decreases. Now, on the other side, your defense isn't what they were last year. They're not attacking the quarterback like they once did. They're not turning teams over like they could last year. Now, all of a sudden, when the turnovers was down, you guys was taking the ball away and sacking the quarterback. That's what you got. You got a team that was very impressive from start to finish, got all the way to the Super Bowl, and within a couple of minutes of winning the Super Bowl. Now, basically the same team. Now, you could say, oh, we got this guy. No, it's not. It's not. Your turnovers aren't the same. And each year, that's why that's why it's so hard to repeat. That's why there've been so few repeat Super Bowl winners. And even teams that lose the Super Bowl to get back. That's why it's so impressive what Buffalo did. Buffalo got back 4 consecutive times.
But three or four? It was four, right?
4.
Yeah, it was 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
91, 90, 91, 92, 93.
And lost all 4.
And lost all 4 of them. You'll never see that again.
Yeah, most definitely. But Jalen was 17 for 31, 143, obviously 2 turnovers. And with the back end of the defense playing as bad as it is and not being able to take away the ball as much as they should.
You can't turn it over.
And listen, that too, and the offense not clicking on all cylinders like they should. Listen, the Philly we used to seeing scoring 21, 28, sometimes 30, but they're not putting up the points like that. And then when the defense ain't taking the ball away from you, those possessions that you do have an offense matter that much more. You got to maximize them. You got to maximize them.
So when if your defense isn't taking it away, what can't you do on offense? You can't give it away.
No, you can't. You can't.
And so that's the problem they have. Hey, I want y'all to know I hit that parlay. Y'all been killing me. I want y'all to jump in this chat right now and say, hey, Unc, I appreciate that good looking out. Because I hit that parlay. Swift got them yards.
Huh? Oh, okay. You hit the parlay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, on DraftKings. Hit the yardage. Okay. How do we hit it? I got 3.5. I didn't really need it because they won. What else did we get? We hit the parlay by Swift, rushing, Walker, rushing.
Hey, Kenny Walker was cutting.
Yeah. What y'all talking about now?
He was 19 for 86 in the TD.
Jump in the chat now and say, I appreciate that good looking out. I put $10 down and got me 272, got 425 or something. Break your boy off something. Show me that you appreciate this knowledge I gave y'all and turn that little $10 into something nice.
You know what's good
right
though?
Around the corner. Yeah.
You know what's good? You know what's good for the Philly fans?
What's up?
Or for the Eagles team in general? Their remaining schedule. I think they're gonna be all right. Their remaining schedule is the Giants, the Cardinals. Who's
they got the Giants. They got the Giants twice, or they got the Giants Commanders. I think they got the Giants Cardinals Commanders.
Oh yeah, Giants Cardinals Commanders. Is that right? Or is it the Commanders? I thought they played the Commanders. They didn't play the Commanders twice already, or am I tripping?
I don't.
Either way.
Giants Cardinals Giants. Giants Cardinals
that
Giants.
Is right.
They got the Giants twice.
Giants Cardinals Giants. Well, there you go. You definitely can go into the playoffs with some momentum. And being able to fix those issues with the 3 teams you got to play next. Well, two teams you got to play next.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
What you think those teams playing the Eagles thinking? Hey, we can get us a win to close out the season. We might not be going nowhere, but misery loves company. Right. All I know is that when I wasn't gonna make the playoffs, Ocho, I'm trying to knock your ass out.
Knock your ass out, yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
But I'm gonna be done on Monday. Guess what? Guess who else gonna get a healthy trash bag?
Yeah.
You, because you're gonna be cleaning out your SHIT too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be the only one going home.
Listen, they're not gonna fold that bad, man. They're not gonna fold that bad. Right now, they fall to the 5th seed right now. In the NFC, they will be in the playoffs. They're not gonna fall that bad. But again, mistakes that need to be corrected. These next two games, I'm gonna just say two because they played the Giants twice. You're playing teams where those mistakes can be corrected, and you're gonna have to. And that back end, they got to be able to do something. And it all starts with that front end. That front end got to pick up the slack. The front end got to pick up the slack to make it easier for the back end.
Yeah,
because if the front end don't get there, the back end gonna keep getting exposed.
Right.
Every time.
And, bro, you do realize they got beat by Drew Lock.
You don't like Drew Lock? But Drew Lock was in Denver slanging that thing now. I know what you're gonna say. All right. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about from Philly's standpoint. I mean,
right.
He made some on that last drive. He was sensational.
Yeah.
On the last drive, he got a big arm.
Did you see the ball placement?
Yes.
On that throw to the JSN.
Yes. And the one to DK.
Yeah.
He had to get that up and down before the safety got over.
But it wasn't nobody gonna catch that ball except the person it was thrown to or Moses.
Yeah.
That's it.
DK had an unbelievable game.